chapter 3, your e-business system. So within e-business system, we have two topics. One is e-business system, another functional business system. So e-business system, we will be, after study this chapter, we will be able to understand how information system integrated and support enterprise wide business process within the organization, as well as the business function of marketing, financing, manufacturing, human resource, etc. within the organization. How is interrelated? That in the we know that we have to understand or identify the cross-functional enterprise system. We have to understand the enterprise application integration, transaction processing system, enterprise collaboration system. We have to understand the internet and other information technology, support business process within the business function of accounting, finance, management, other thing. So is also, you can go your reference book, page number 271 to 301. Within this page, all is there. But here from that book, summarize here, also including few picture also for better understanding, simple way. So here, if we see the e-business system, e-business system is a set of online technologies, equipment and tools that a business use to product that is a business via an internet. For instance, a high-profile e-business system is a web-based retail store where customer can purchase product through online. So we know what is e-business. So e-business, that means conducting key business or main business function over electronic system, and also that time is come for that was e-management, e-manufacturing, e-marketing, e-supply chain management, e-processing, e-production, e-procurement, e-HRM, e-finance, e-marketing, all within the e-business. And connect critical business system directly to the customer, employees, partners, stakeholders, supplier, creditors, debtors, all using the internet technology, and an integrated system that should provide. That means e-business is an integrated system that should provide e-commerce, e-payment, e-distribution, e-production, e-communication. So all within the adding E, that means e-business. E-business quality, one of the main problem of the develop and implementation of e-business. So e-business quality defined uncertainty. Quality is a very important objective of the all business and their customers, and quality from the corporation, we need it. And e-business, why important? Because company using e-business have a wider online research. They can present at this moment, they can advertise, they can advertise for selling their product, and they can easily use also overhead cost is cost is less because of no need for high cost showroom for overhead for showroom, etc. So do not need for that. So what are the types of e-business? So we will see in again also. So what are the types of e-business? Basically different types of e-business model. One is business to business, we know it, B2B, business to business, and business to consumer, B2C, business to consumer to consumer, C2C, consumer to business, C2B, business to administration, B2A, or we can say business to government, B2Z, and consumer to administration, C2A. Also it can be say consumer to government, C2G, and another one government to government, that means Sarkar to Sarkar, G2G, government to government, G2G. So if the question is Amazon is e-business, On the latest edition, the Amazon use subsidiary company called Amazon Service. Their Amazon Service, Amazon sells their sale platform, providing competitive Amazon e-commerce package to compare looking establish their e-commerce business. So is a e-business. So difference between e-commerce and e-business. E-commerce is a part of e-business. E-business is conduct of business process on the internet. So e-business is conduct of business process on the internet. And e-commerce is used to electronic transmission medium that create for buying and selling a product and service. That's those activity which essentially involve monetary transaction are terms at e-commerce. So e-commerce also part of e-business. E-business is a broad sense. If you see here, look here, so here is the e-business, e-business system, and here's supplier, technology, infrastructure within the organization, e-commerce system here, and through the internet reaching the customer. And this is the difference between e-business and e-commerce. If the question is that e-business and e-commerce is same, answer is would be that actually it is the same differences between business and commerce. Commerce is a business, but business is not only commerce. Commerce is a business, but his business is not only commerce. E-business, that electronic business, is the conduct of business process on the internet. So if we see the meaning, e-commerce, trading of merchandise or goods over the internet, as known the e-commerce. And e-business, running business using the internet, is known as the e-business. And that means it is the e-commerce is a subset and e-business is superset. Superset is greater than subset. So it is limited to monetary transaction. E-commerce is within the monetary transaction. E-business not only the monetary terms, other than monetary can be happen. What they carry out? E-commerce, commercial transaction carry out, and e-business, business transaction carry out. What would be the approach of e-commerce? Approach of e-commerce, extra overrated, and e-business, ambiverted. Okay, require website for e-commerce, and e-business require website, not only website and enterprise resource planning, CRM, etc. Which network is used? E-commerce use internet, and e-business use internet, intranet, and extranet. All network used within the e-business. So this is the basic difference between e-commerce and e-business, and e-commerce is a part of e-business. Now, cross-functional enterprise approach. Many companies today are using information technology to develop integrated cross-functional enterprise system that cross the boundaries of the traditional business function in order to re-engineering and improve the vital business process all across the enterprise or within the organization. These organizations view cross-functional enterprise system as a strategic way to use information technology to share information resource and improve the efficiency and effectiveness of business process, and develop a strategic relationship with customer, supplier, stakeholder, and business partners. So if we see here look here, the new product development process within the cross-functional manufacturing company. This is an example of business process that must be supported by cross-functional system that cross the boundary of the several business function. First, if you see the below side, marketing, research and development, re-engineering, manufacturing here, customer feedback using that, need the market research and also market text, and that three item is within the marketing. And then the component design or product design, product test, product release, and also process design and equipment design. This is the part of the engineering on research development work, where market research include. Market research also work for the marketing as well as research and development. And then if we see the process design, equipment design, and production start, this is the manufacturing. So this equipment design, process design, also part of the research and development. So this is the cross-functional activities. Enterprise application architecture. This enterprise application architecture process and overall of the major cross-functional enterprise application and their interrelationship. And enterprise application architecture, which is interrelationship of the major cross-functional enterprise application in many ways. So if we see in this picture, in the fourth side, where the supplier, customer, partners, employee, stakeholder, within the middle side, enterprise resource planning, enterprise business process that support to the knowledge management, collaboration, decision support from the employees, and also the partner relationship management, selling, distribution, proper channel through the partner or stakeholders, and also supply chain management, sourcing, procurement, it's giving from the supplier and customers. That are the king of the organization, and customer relationship management, marketing, sale, service, etc. help with the interrelated, that cross-functionally within the organization. So enterprise resource planning or internal business process support this way. So how does business interconnection, some of the cross-functional enterprise? So enterprise application integration, EAI software is being used by many companies to connect major business application. So that using the software in different way, here use interface level, application level, data level, and that EAI software enable to use a model of a business process involved in the that should occur between the business application. So that categories of EAI, we know the EAI means enterprise application integration. So enterprise application integration, it is the database link, data warehousing link, common virtual system link, application link. It is all category of EAI, and you also provide middleware, performing data conversation, coordination, application, etc. And this is the front office use, also the back office use, enterprise application integration, and the treasury function of banks, they have the that type of three layer office. One is front office, back office, and middle office. So each and every layer work in different way, but interrelated. They are independent but interrelated with the each and other department. So for the internal control and others is the as per the guidelines of Bangladesh Bank. Same way here, front office and back office of EAI, enterprise application integration, using here front office, what is doing? Customer service, field service, production configuration, sale order entry, etc. In the back office, they're doing the distribution and manufacturing, scheduling, financing, other thing doing the back office. So enterprise application integration software, interconnection, front office and back office application through the software. So here is the EI activities here. In the front office here, in the left side, number one, all taking the information from here, and an order comes in via email or website or fax or telephone. And if we see number two here, EAI, customer information computed in the order processing side, and the three, order of the that was here, order or fulfillment here. In the four, here manufacturing, shipping, and 5 call center or billing and take the money. Transaction processing system, TPS, are the cross-functional information system that process data resulting from occurrence of business transaction and transactional event that occur in the part of the doing business, such as sale, purchase, deposit, withdraw, refund, payment, etc. is the transaction of a business. So here, transaction processing system, TPS, here what's doing here, look here, is the junior level activities is transaction processing system, TPS, and mid-level other thing here manage MIS, DSS using, senior management also using executive information system, EIS, and decision support system, and MIS also use the mid-level management and also helping the expert system. And transaction processing system, this way can be happen, data from the input, we are all thing 3 layer also, input, process and output. Everything here, manufacturing or service, all thing we have to put the input, then process it, then output. So here data entry and input, and here taking there and process and go for the database, update here all the customers list, supplier list, purchase order, inventory management, etc. within the database processing, and then that means finish or document or report or final thing here from that processing, taking the pick list, check the vendors, receive notice, and operational report, finished thing, everything within that item. So transaction processing system can do that way. So here online transaction processing system plays strategic role in a web-enabled business nowadays. Online transaction processing, many companies are using the internet and the network of their electronic customer supply online transaction processing. So online transaction processing also we can say OLTP, such real-time system which capture the process transaction immediately, can help the firm or company provide support as superior, that means service to customer and other trading partner. So this is the transaction processing. Here is also taken from your book. Here one area company A, another area company B, one country to another country or one state to another state, their transaction from one state to another state. Here New York and San Francisco, so he'll be taking here. So if we see online transaction processing, its characteristics is it can be many transaction and a small payload, balance rate, etc. And also its client is pure transaction through, etc. And transaction processing systems as a that means capture the process data, describing business transaction, or update organizational database, and produce a variety of information. A transaction process cycle of a several basic activity we have. We know here transaction processing cycle. If we see this picture here, transaction processing cycle and taking order within this system, order re-entering, and goes for the shipment planning and shipment execution, invoice system, inventory control, and purchase order processing, and that goes for the receiving the system, accounts payable also within through the bank or other system, taking the money. This is also the logical transaction processing system. If we go for the transaction processing system, this is the main thing is here. Look, first data entry. The transaction processing cycle, note that transaction processing system is a 5-stage cycle. So 5 stages here. If you see here, 5 numbers also. 5 stage cycle of data entry, transaction processing, database maintenance, document and report generation, and inquiry processing activity. So here number 1 data entry. If we see, this is the number 1 data entry. The first step of the transaction processing cycle is the capture the business data. So it is the first one, and then transaction processing here, process, batch process, online process, real-time process. So if we see here, transaction processing system process data into two basic way. One is batch processing, another real-time processing. So batch processing where transaction data are accumulated over a period of time and processed periodically, that is time to time, and real-time processing then and then. Within that time, also called the online processing, where data are proceed immediately after a transaction occur. And database management maintenance, here organizational data must be updated and transaction processing system so that they are always occur and up to date. So here this is the database maintenance, and if we go for 4, document reporting generation. So this one, transaction processing system produce a variety of document and report, and inquiry processing last one, that was number 5, within that transaction processing system. Inquiry processing, many transaction processing system allow us to use the internet and extranet and web browser of database management query language to make inquiries and receive a response to connected the result of transaction processing activity. Typically response to the display variety through the variety item and for the variety device. We might check that status, for example, sale order, balance, etc., and also the dashboard reporting. And for example, if you see in the bank, so all bank for the AD browser, they are export, import, everything is they have to report to the Bangladesh Bank through directly, and that report is can seen within the dashboard. So logical thing is that all and each and every nowadays a smart office and all managers should have the dashboard reporting, and they know the what is the activities, what is the revenue, what is the selling thing, everything they can be seen within that system. So this is the inquiry processing. And if you see the enterprise collaboration system, a cross-functional information system that enact communication, coordination, collaboration among the members of the business team and working groups. So here is the picture of electronic commerce conferencing here collaboration, where electronic communication tool using the electronic conference tools, collaboration to the management in different way. So here the goal of enterprise collaboration system to enable the work together more easily and effectively by helping us through the communication, coordination and collaboration. Tools for enterprise collaboration is a capability of a potential of the internet as well as internet and extranet and the drive to demand better enterprise collaboration tool business. And here enterprise collaboration tools, for example, previously it was complex and on permission, more that means that was licensed, encrypted, disconnected, no social or mobile, etc. But now that it is the that means lightweight and within the cloud, more conversation and subscription, and that means connected, interrelated, social media, mobile, etc. within all enterprise. That means is the tools that this moment enterprise collaboration is. Look here, electronic communication tools include email, voice, faxing, web publishing, bulletin, board system, paging, etc., internet phone system, etc. Here is the picture, electronic communication tools. So this tool enable us to send electronically message, document, file, data, text, voice, and multimedia over computer network. This helps us to share everything through the voice, text, etc. And electronic conferencing tools are that means data and voice conference we can do, video conferencing, decision focus through the bulletin board system, also dashboard system, chat system, electronic meeting, etc., electronic conferencing, collaborative working management tool. This category of software include calendaring and scheduling tools, tasks, project management, working group, etc., for help the management to achieving the business goal. So here, if we see the e-business, that means e-procurement, online store, online marketplace, online communication, online companies, and e-business model as different types. E-business concept have to adopt value proposition and secure of revenue and require activity, research and compatibility in the e-business model, different types of. And if we see the online business or e-business, is a kind of business of commercial transaction that include sharing information across the internet. Commerce consists of the exchange of the product and service between business group and individual, as can be seen in the essential activity of a business. So here we see the e-business system that can be done in this way. So e-business system, here we have the enterprise, we have the partners, we have the stakeholders, we have the customers. Within that all stakeholder, here supplier can supply chain method, the supply chain management, customer can be customer relationship management, enterprise resource planning. That three item also your last chapter, that three thing can be collaborated through the data integration, process integration, application integration. That is the e-business system. And there are certain different types of benefit of that. That means one, that is the cost cartel, attract and retain the talent or customer, retain the customer, streaming process, drive innovation, increase competitive advantage, expand market share, maximize result, and revenue growth would be higher through that. And e-business using the internet, other network and IT support, electronic commerce, enterprise communication collaboration, where enable business process, and e-commerce, buying, selling, marketing, product, service, and information over the internet and the network. And e-business, if you see here, customer management, online store management, marketing, drop shipping, payment order, shipping, pricing management, order management, global trading, sale within the country, sale outside the country, worldwide, globally, within the e-business. E-business is the use of internet and other network information technology to support electronic commerce, enterprise communication and collaboration, and web-enabled business process both within an inter group or enterprise and customer business partners. So is the e-business, and we'll see the objective and true false. Next, this is the e-business system, is the part of e-business system also in the our module 3. So here we have seen here e-business system, and we see there are different types of e-business, different model also, B2B, B2C, C2C, C2B, B2A, B2A, G2G, etc. And we have seen there are difference between e-commerce and e-business. So e-commerce is a part of e-business, and e-business is a connect and business process on the internet. And we have seen the cross-functional enterprise system and enterprise application architecture. And within that architecture, we have seen different types of link, database link, data warehouse link, common virtual system link, application link. And we have seen the transaction processing system, TPS, and transaction processing system. And also we have seen the transaction processing cycle also. And within that cycle, we know here data entry, transaction processing. Transaction processing can be happen two types. batch processing, real-time processing, database maintenance, document and report generation, inquiry processing, and we have seen the enterprise collaboration system ECS, and within that ECS, their communication, coordination, collaboration work together, and enterprise collaboration tools we have seen nowadays is the lighter, cloudly, easily, and that means less cost than previous. And electronic communication, electronic conversion tools we have seen here, data, video conferencing, chat, etc. And e-business and e-business model, and online business, e-business, that means we have seen here. So it's all for e-business system.